Welcome to Gemara Academy. In this class, we will learn Tosfos Dibur Maschil V'Omer Rabbi Yechanan She'im Ason Kulam Behelam Achas Chulu. Let's begin. V'Omer Rabbi Yechanan She'im Ason Kulam Behelam Achas Chulu. In the Gemara, we presented the teaching of Isi ben Yehuda that there are 39 Ovas Malachas, and a person's only chayav one carbon chatas for all of them. So the Gemara asked that later on in the Mishnah in Perek Klal Gadol it says there are 39 Ovas Malachas, and then the Mishnah goes on to count all the Ovas Malachas, and the Gemara asks, Minyana Lamali, why does it need to tell me the number at the beginning that there are 39 Ovas Malachas? And Rabbi Yechanan explained that the Mishnah is teaching us that there are 39 Ovas Malachas by saying the number, and if a person did all 39, he needs to bring 39 Chatais. So the Gemara asked, how can Isi then say that for all 39 Malachas, a person only brings one carbon Chatas? So Tosfos is going to explain what the question of the Gemara is. Says Tosfos, Ein Sarach Lefarish. We don't need to explain the parich that the Gemara is asking, that the Gemara asked, the Mistamalei Polig Isi Allah, that Isi probably doesn't argue with it. In other words, really Isi could argue, since the Mishnah in Perek Klal Gadol is a Mishnah, and Isi is a Tani, could argue. Says Tosfos, we don't have to explain that the question is on the basis that probably Isi is not arguing with the Mishnah. Rather, there's a much stronger question here. Isi nami yesh ladakdekin. Rather, also from the words of Isi himself, we can point out the same thing, that Isi himself holds that for 39 malachas a person needs to bring 39 chatayis. How do we see it from Isi himself? From this that he said the number, just like we point out later in Perek Klal Gadol. Isi didn't say for all the malachas of Shabbos, a person's only chayav one. He said there are 39 of us malachas, and a person's only chayav one. That's an inherent contradiction. He said the number. There are 39 malachas. Why is he saying the number? We know that if the number is said, like we learn in Perek Klal Gadol, it teaches, it indicates that there are 39 malachas. The number is being said to teach that a person needs to bring 39 chatayis. So Isi is contradicting himself. First he says there are 39 malachas, which indicates that a person needs to bring 39 chatayis. And then he says a person only has to bring one. So the question is not just that probably Isi doesn't argue with the Mishnah in Perek Klal Gadol, but the question is also on Isi himself. As we see from Perek Klal Gadol, that by saying the number, there's a teaching here. And the teaching is that there are 39 malachas and 39 chatayis. So the question is on Isi himself and not just from the Mishnah in Perek Klal Gadol. So it comes out that Tosfos of here is explaining what the question of the Gemara is. It's not just a question that probably Isi doesn't argue with the Mishnah in Perek Klal Gadol, although he can, but rather it cannot be that Isi is saying that there's only one chatas, since clearly by saying the number, he indicates that there are 39 chatayis.